everybody? It's your girl, Indescribable, aka Jerrilyn Lake, checking in with my bestie for the restie,
Lynee Monet, and you are listening to the She Said It First podcast and the Urban One podcast on the Urban One Podcast Network. Period.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, girl. Back in action, friends.
What you doing here?
I just had to pull up on my little shot. And slide real quick.
You know what I'm saying? I see what you did there, and I like it. I really do.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta pull up on your friends. Having friends at this age is so like it can be difficult to find them, to connect with them, to make them, to keep up with them. So we want to be intentional about fostering healthy friendships, especially for Black women. So, girl, I had to pull up on you.
Yes, and I appreciate you.
Been?
I've been good. You know what I'm saying? I've been in here chilling. You know what I mean? Doing my thing, doing my big one,
as you should,
if you can. And I've been chilling, but I'm really happy to see you.
I know. I know, girl.
You're so stupid.
I was so excited. Oh, I was excited on the plane.
Girl, let me down here doing her. Look, let me tell you something about Jerrilyn. If you want to know about politics, if you don't understand politics, you trying to get to understand politics, like Jerrilyn's page is the place to go. You know, I don't know if I can tell all your business while she's down here.
She's already here.
You know what I mean? So. Like, she down here for a reason, for a purpose, and I'm sure y'all gonna know soon, but keep your ears to the street, because we need to be paying attention, okay? What's going on in America? This is America.
Absolutely.
Okay?
This is absolutely one of the wildest times in our government. And so, you know, I work with a lot of organizations that bring out content creators to not just get video footage and vlog certain events, but to connect with people in government, to ask them those hard-hitting questions, to get a deeper understanding of what actually is going on with the Secretary of State and the Defense and aviation and all these things, because we get a lot of information. We get a lot of misinformation. And so these conferences not only network us to other people that can help us further, our brands and things like that, but also just overall education, what is actually going on, because politics is boring.
Oh my God, it's so boring. It's dry, but not the way you do it.
It's very ashy.
Yeah.
And then especially with this current administration, you know, a lot of people just we're disengaged. And so I love that this platform helps, you know, us make it more engaging. So I'm happy to be here, of course. But this, I'm going to be honest, this the highlight of my trip.
For real?
This the highlight, girl.
Come on. Okay. I've been known to spruce it up a little bit. You know, add a little red to
little spark. But just because I'm here with you and I'm happy to be here, does not mean that something did not irritate me this week. No,
please tell me what irritated you this week. What?
Oh my God! Now, last week I was minding the neighbor's business, and I understand that was my fault. That was my bad.
There you go, minding them people's business again. That's why you got that ring light. You talked about this last time, how you be nosy.
I know, and it's gotten worse.
What did you?
It's gotten worse. See, I be watching. You know, like if I come by your crib and there's a package out there, I'm not going to steal it.
Girl, I know where you was going.
But people are doing that in the apartment complex, and that's exactly why I put the ring up. We've been getting like emails, of course. You know, the complex is saying that people getting their packages stolen. Come to find out, now I don't know how true this is, but this is what the leasing agent told me. He said there was one person who left a note on the person's door of the package that they stole. And they said, if you give me $500, I'll return it.
Girl, I know you lying. The way I would just tell Amazon the package got lost to get another one, why would I pay you?
Exactly.
Why would I pay you $500?
And honestly, that's what irritated me. Because why are you playing at people? People pay a lot of money for the things that they have shipped to their homes. It's for convenience. It's for whatever the case may be. And so for you to think that this is a game, I said, I wish it would have happened in front of my ring.
Right.
I would have got on down there with video evidence. It was him right there.
It was that man right there.
Right there. Lock him up. But yeah, so that's pretty much what irritated me this week. People helping themselves to things that don't belong to them. That's what irritated me off too.
I'm happy I live in a trusted neighborhood. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's very quiet around here. Ain't much going on at all. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful. Because I would hate to disrupt this whole neighborhood. Because I'm going to disturb the peace when you mess with mine every time. So,
and then, you know, it's just a lot that comes with living in an apartment complex. Like, you got to deal with other people.
I know.
So that's irritating in and of itself. So, but what irritated you this week, friend?
I don't think I really like how crunchy my wig got this week. I think that had really pissed me off. No, for real.
And you know what? It pisses me off too.
I didn't like back here in the nape area.
It got crunchy.
The naps and the nape. It was like a bird's nest, and it's still
It's a lot. You can't just hit
I can't just like run my fingers through it. Okay. And I don't like that. It really don't go with my aesthetic. So that had pissed me off for a bit. That had pissed me off really bad. This episode is sponsored by Crunchy Wigs. Captain Crunch.
Get that on situated, because what you won't do.
Girl, but that's really what had pissed me off. It's how that thing just kept climbing up on the back of my neck. That head just kept climbing up. I said,
oh no, friend.
Child, it's still kind of starchy, but we working through it.
Well, I mean, speaking of times when you could have made better choices. I'm gonna grab your hand with a wet wipe in between when I say this. Sometimes, we just have to be personally accountable for the things that we do. And so, you all know Cree Summers. She started as Freddie on A Different World. Mm-hmm. She also voices a lot of cartoon characters that you may or may not have known about. The most famous one probably is Susie Carmichael. Mm-hmm. But she was speaking about her love life recently, basically saying, that in all the years that she's dated, number one, she's never had to approach a man. And she may feel like she's too smart to have dealt with some of the men that she had been dealing with. So
I'm sure we all.
I was about to say, girl,
I feel like we all felt that.
That is not a new phenomenon.
Right.
That has literally been my personal experience. So, of course, talk about a time where you felt like you probably was dumpster diving a little bit. Because we all done dumpster dove.
Girl, well, do we want to hear what she said? Because I have a story for days. We can be here all day.
Okay.
Well, all right. But
let's see what Cree said first.
Let's see.
Oh, so embarrassing to say at 55. I don't think I've clearly chosen a partner that's compatible for me. Yet, with all I know, I'm too smart to have chosen what I've chosen,
Yeah.
Yeah. I could have given myself the credit for how intelligent I really am.
Even actually when you were talking in the beginning about, the kind of people who approach you and like, well, that's just who approaches me. I'm like, well, who do you approach?
I don't approach anybody.
Why not?
I've never done that before. Ever. I don't think I've ever approached a man. I've never asked a man out.
Why?
I don't know now that we're talking about it.
Girl, if you know like I know, you leave those chum buckets alone. Don't ask none of them out. Stranger danger, run, Cree.
I'm dying, Jerrilyn. Stop.
What do you think about how she expressed that? I think that she was really like a kind of ashamed, but
yeah,
I don't think she had any reason to be.
I don't think she did either. I think that's the part that's surprising to me. Is like this is a normal thing that a lot of women don't just approach men. There are some women who do, and I admire that. You know what I mean? It takes a bold woman to see what she wants and go right after it. I use that more so in my work. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'm more ambitious in that area.
About the money.
I'm so aggressive. Like I'm too aggressive about the bread. But when it comes to my love life, I'm not that aggressive. And I do feel like I've kind of gone sometimes with what liked me first. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, oh, I like them too. But it never was like, I'm attracted to that person. Let me go get that ASAP.
Yeah.
So
I'm not doing that.
It's not in my spirit.
Well, I think that if somebody wants to deal with me, they need to let me know, because I'm not a hunter gatherer. I'm very much prey.
Yeah. Yes, prey.
I
like that. I'm very much prey.
That's correct. The only time that I ever spoke to a man first, I was at a bar. I had a drink, and he was there, and I made casual conversation, and then he asked for my number. So I think that might be the extent of
how far you
shooting my shot, but for the most part, baby, if you better come over here and say something.
That's my thing.
You better tell me.
And I don't think she should be ashamed. What I think we could all learn from this is like we don't have to entertain everything that entertains us. And I think she probably could have did better with making the final decision on whether that's someone she should have actually given her time to.
I agree. Child.
You know what I'm saying?
Preaching to the choir.
Yes.
Because sometimes you're like, oh, this person is interested in me. And it's not that you feel obligated, because women don't have no problem rejecting somebody and saying, oh, no, I'd rather not, or let's just be friends or whatever. But I think, too, like, you really have to be self-aware and have some discernment when you're dating, because people in general just sometimes they're just not who they say they are.
So true.
And you don't know until you've moved in with them or you've had their baby or their mom is standing over you in your sleep holding a cast iron skillet.
Oh, wow.
Flashback.
Wow.
Sorry.
I was saying, wow, friend, you want to talk about it? Do you need to talk to the lady?
Go see the lady.
Okay. Give her a minute. I'll pick up where she left.
I'm sorry.
Which is, you really want to just take your time in this situation. And I don't think at 55, it just seemed like she was so shocked. They're like, I've never pursued anybody. You know, I don't think it's such a shark factor. You know, no jump scare. You know, I wasn't really taken back by that. I think if you're talking about over the course of your 55 years that nobody, and when we say not one person that you've been with has amounted to something that you could possibly see a future in, then that kind of gets a little scary. Like,
I think it's only scary for women.
Because men don't care.
Don't nobody else care.
Yeah.
Dudes be 65.
And is it only black?
Well, no, I think that they do women all
because
the same.
we watch women date the other races. Date and they get
that's a multi-layered.
They get that one, and you be like, you chose that out of all the ones you chose.
Listen,
you chose that one.
That's a multi-layered question, friend, because it's crazy because some black men will wife up women of other races, and they have all these reasons for why they dating outside their race that have nothing to do with the women that they're dating, but everything to do with what they find unappealing in black women, which is so crazy. But I think that men of other races are kind of encouraged to find a wife, settle down, and things like that. For whatever reason, black men, and I love y'all, I do, but they be wanting to play the game and have their cake and eat it too, and it be a lot going on, and so I don't think it's odd at all for her to be 55 and to feel like she hasn't found someone, because Tracy Ellis Ross is also an older woman, and she just like, maybe you have made poor choices, but at least you're not stuck with somebody.
Yeah,
I be thinking that all the time. I may not be married with a family and all of this.
Same.
But I'm also not stuck with a crackhead.
Hell.
Because once you have a baby by somebody, that's it. Okay? That's it.
I just want to stick right there with the crackhead. Like, let's put a pin right here.
Not the cracks.
Because, God, just some of the people that I've dated in my past, it is terrifying to see where they are, like, now.
Yeah.
And what they were doing then was small, but it was a problem. But now, if I was still with them to see the road that they have went down and like how bad it actually got, and I was going to sit beside
you was going to be passenger seats.
Girl.
You was going to be holding the spy while he was driving off a cliff.
Girl, running my life for real. Like, I am thankful for that. That like when it was time to go, I was able to leave. Like, and I didn't get stuck with no extra baggage, no kids, no house, no, you know what I'm saying? All the stuff you kind of get intertwined with people. I'm glad that wasn't my story.
And I think that she can look back retrospectively and probably feel the same way.
Yeah.
Like even though sometimes like singleness does sometimes set in and you realize, dang, I ain't got nobody, or I don't have no kids and all this thing. Like, I understand that Tracy Ellis talked about this a lot, the grief that comes with not having a partner or a romantic relationship. And I promise you, I just remind myself, I think we talked about this around Valentine's Day, I just have to remind myself that I am very loved by the people in my circle. So the lack of romantic love does not mean that the love isn't present. Like, maybe you need to lean into your friendships or lean into some family members, and or
lean into yourself. I think we're always looking for somebody to fill a void because we just like think we don't have it within ourselves. Like, you got to start looking at yourself, and then when you start doing that, y'all, you start attracting different people. When you love yourself like differently, and people can feel that confidence and whatever you got exuding from you, you'll attract different people. People like that won't even want to come in your presence because you make them uncomfortable. And that's a good thing. Understand? Right. You want to make people who ain't supposed to be in your circle, in your presence, uncomfortable.
Yeah, because they need to get the hell on away from around me. And I mean immediately.
It's that.
So, I mean, I think that it's beautiful that she, has had the realization. But Cree, girl, don't be shamed.
Don't be shamed.
Like, we've all been there, done that. And even, because you're older, I think maybe it might weigh on you a little differently. But girl, just be glad.
Tracy Ellis said she'd date younger.
And I don't see a problem with it. Now, if you're going to go to a 19-year-old Shannon Sharp, where I draw the line. You can't date teenagers.
And try to justify.
And you're 76. 76 with bad ankles and knees.
It's Netta.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I took it.
Charles, your lunch is ready.
Girl, Miss Netta was on live begging for money. After she called all of us broke. Girl, she called us all broke, said we ain't have no money. She's a celebrity. She's an icon. And now she on live asking for $40 and said, if y'all give me $40, I get off live. Now you got to pay her to get off live.
Girl, we is not finna... I'm not paying nobody to get off of nothing. I'm just going to remove myself. I ain't got to watch you. And then I know people have like skin conditions and stuff, but I just want her to focus on that.
Yeah, because that's a priority.
Instead of calling us broke and asking us for money to
girl,
get you off live.
And I'm going to tell you now, taking designer bags out of plastic, they don't send them to you like that. I promise you. You showing us your Gucci bag and you brought it out of a plastic bag to show us.
Now, when you say plastic,
girl, I mean,
do you mean like a Kroger
shopping bag? I mean, kiosk in the middle of the mall, like plastic bag, girl. It was like a liquor store bag. It was like a black liquor store bag, and she pulled that Gucci purse out of there.
Lynette, you really need to stop lying to people.
I swear to God,
you really need to stop lying to people.
If y'all seen it, like, comment below. Tell me if I'm lying about Miss Netta pulling that Gucci bag luxury. In plastic. Luxury and plastic
don't even go together. What part of the plastic is luxury? Right. Help me make it make sense.
It was Gucci plastic.
Oh, okay.
Gucci bag and Gucci plastic.
Well, I mean, okay, well, love and light to Miss Netta and Charles.
And Shane
and no, he don't need no love or light. He need to be locked up. Locked on site. They do. I need all the pedophiles and the rapists and the racists. I need them all in prison immediately. But interesting conversation that Miss Cree was having, because speaking from a perspective of somebody who's not married, we now have a whole nother POV. Almost 50-year-old Hall of Famer with struggle beard, Paul Pierce, got on the internet and said that he thought that marriage is for old people and poor people. And
what was his justification behind that?
He said that if you believe, he said that he believes that marriage is for poor and old people. And back in the day, people got married to basically join their money together, have kids so they can contribute to the family's income, and say that if you old, you have, someone next to you while you live out your last days. There's no benefit for a man who has money to get married, because if it doesn't work, he has to give her half and then child support. It's just not worth it to him. And now, before I cook him, what you want to say?
Shut up talking to me.
That's spot on.
I just feel like
spot on.
Why is everything centered around men? That's what bothers me. I guess because I'm a woman who makes money, so I never understand the one-sided conversations of, and if a man get married with money, then he gonna have to give. If I get married with my money, I'm gonna have to pay this man alimony in a situation. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like a lot of people deal with marriage, and people are still getting married for financial reasons. Like, this hasn't changed. What is he talking about?
Girl, people just wake up with morning breath the whole day and get on people's podcasts and say things. And I think that people really I don't think there's a thought process going on. I think they're just saying things and regurgitating them based on their own personal experiences. The reality of it is, especially in a heterosexual marriage, the benefit has always been for the man. You get, most times, a cook, a housekeeper. You get somebody to help you with basically raising the children. And God forbid somebody asks you to take out the trash. So I think his philosophy here is very skewed, because most women end up doing 80% of the labor in the home while you just get to go to work and make a check. And girl, now they want to go 50-50.
Yeah.
And then he's talking about you got to give up half of your income. As you should, if she's raising your kids and has made your house a home for the last X amount of years. Like, what's not clicking?
Right. I just feel like I am so glad. You know the benefit of this. This is what I love. When these men come forward.
Yeah.
Keep the mic on. Yes. The more I think about it, keep the mic.
Let them tell them.
Yeah, please. Tell me more about it. I would like to hear more of what you have to say, because I need to know what I'm dealing with, because this the type of dude you run into. He pretend like he really rock with you. You know what I'm saying? You like him, y'all vibing, and then he go and then he make a video like this, and you like, what? Wait, huh? I'm so confused. I know it's a girl right now that's so taken back by what he had to say.
The fact that I just want, we need to bring back media training, and we need to bring back PC responses to things, because I think that now more than ever, need to start saying, I don't have enough information about this to form an articulate opinion.
Please shut up.
And I'm going to decline. And not it was his own podcast. Throw it in the garbage.
Throw it in the garbage. But keep the mic on.
Keep the mic on.
keep that mic on. I need to hear what y'all are saying, because y'all running your mouth way too much, and I'm loving every bit of it, because I like to see the people in the comments. And you know what I do? I go in the comments and I see, oh, what dude? And then I see, oh, they follow me. Oh, let me block them. Because absolutely not. You couldn't possibly be following me with this mentality.
I definitely proactively block people.
Absolutely.
If I see you clowning over here, it's only a matter of time. You're in my neck of the woods.
Yes.
Let me stop you right there. Access denied. Go through traffic.
Right. You try to figure out why you got blocked. It was because of that comment you wrote under that man post. That's why you got blocked.
But people do that too. They just be on the internet just saying wild stuff. And I think that when it's unchecked, you know, because social media is a big place and it connects us in so many different ways. And people, you know, like the people that you're commenting on their posts, they might not read that.
Right.
But your homegirl might. Because it might.
Because y'all stuff pop right up. If you follow somebody, you know this stuff pop right up. Exactly what you said. Exactly what you like. So you're really not hiding. I hope y'all don't think y'all doing this discreetly, because I'm paying attention. And
I'm blocking people for way less. So you know you're getting blocked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wake up and I block 10 people just off the strength of God woke me up this morning. So I don't care nothing about a block. But you know, neither here nor there. But I think this is a very interesting conversation, because, like, I think it's so divisive. You know, trying to make men think that there's no benefit in marriage for them because of money that they may or may not have, that they could potentially lose, usually due to their own fault.
Yeah.
Like, when you think about it, they love to throw out this, 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Well, they're tired of being your mother.
Yeah.
They're tired of having to
talk about the mommy issues
and clean up. And a lot of women feel like single mothers because you think that bringing your check home and then checking out is enough. And so, come on, if you want to talk about a benefit to a marriage, sir, you need to go ahead and get you one before you end up like Shannon Sharp.
No, he's definitely going to end up alone. Nobody wants that. And nobody wants that.
I think that's where conversations like this come from. It's called, what do they call it? Preliminary rejection or something like that. Like they want to reject you before you have time to reject them. And so I think men sit up and say stuff like this because they know, baby, ain't nobody dealing with that foolishness you got going on over there.
Yeah. Also another thing, I feel like we're an easy target.
Of course, we're low-hanging fruit.
We're such an easy target because they know anytime somebody come up with a podcast, they know if they bring up Black women and what we need to do and don't marry her and do this, like we're going to go crazy. We're going to send it to everybody. We're going to have something to say. And I just feel like people use us to get further along in whatever they're trying to do. Like they don't even care if they really stand behind it or not. It's like, what's going to send them in a tizzy to get my podcast up and running and get everybody to pay attention to me over here? And I hate that for us. I really do. I genuinely hate that for us. Like, why are we the targets all the time?
Well, because I think people in general know that we're not respected and we're not protected. And it's easy to say some stuff out your mouth and not get checked for it because we see it all the time.
Like we get checked.
We see,
that's the problem. I think Black women are going
I'm about
to say Black women going to check you every time.
Our men are not going to check you. White women are damn sure not coming to our aid. We saw that during feminism, right?
Oh my God.
So it was very clear who was, like I could go on and on and on, but I will say Black women put the cape down.
Yeah, put it down, y'all. Put it down. It's not even worth it no more.
We all we got.
It's like, we got to just stick together. Just us, though. Yeah. Like, we got to stop letting other people penetrate the circle and just do whatever they want. Like, we really just got to start sticking together and just cancel out the outside noise. Because it's just clickbait. Yeah. Now it's right.
I think clickbait. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Because why are people asking Paul Pierce his thoughts on relationships?
Ever.
Why is that coming up?
But friend, this is what I was thinking while you was talking about white women. So it's a clip going around, and I wish Jahi could find it. But this white lady got the baby, and she called this little kid the N word.
Girl, and they raised $500,000 for her.
We could do better at sticking together. Y'all won't even come to talk.
But there's a creator, and I have to pull it up. There's a woman who was in tech, and she went through the source on that website, the source code on that website, to figure out who was funding it.
Yeah, who's funding it?
Found out the company. And I'm gonna see if I can get to it. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, it's okay. But if y'all haven't, I'm just gonna talk while you do that.
No,
if y'all haven't seen it, it's basically a white lady with a kid. They might be on a playground or something, and she calls him the N word. Well, another like grown man jumps in and like starts recording her, and is kind of telling her like, what did you just say? Kind of checking her on it, and she not trying to say it again. She hiding from the camera. She don't want him to record her after what she said. But long story short, she ended up doing a GoFundMe. And like she said, $500,000 supporting her, and just her antics, her racism, like literally to a child, calling him the N-word is crazy, and raising over, $500,000 for that is wild to me. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I'm gonna let Jerrilyn tell y'all that, but I do want to tell y'all that we need to stick together more. We could do more. Somebody would support something like that. We as a community, as far as African Americans, could support each other a lot more. And we do a lot less than that, like a lot less. And a lot of stuff that we do is positive. So I wish I could see us stand together more in solidarity when it comes to things that support other Black people. I think we could do better. I do think y'all be overcharging though, but I'm be quiet.
Also that.
I'm be quiet.
Also that. But to counter that though, a lot of Black people overcharge because they don't have resources that help make things more efficient and cost effective. So that's my little devil's advocate for today. But just to clarify, that woman who raised that $500,000, there's a creator. Her name is Keandria on Instagram. She posted, "I've been disgusted watching a white woman raise $1.2 million after calling a Black kid the N-word, but I didn't just want to cyberbully them. I wanted to take action. So I opened the site, I dug into the HTML source code, and I read through the scripts line by line. I'm a web developer. I knew what to look for. I found keywords, traced the checkout flow, and confirmed the processor is Block Inc. Now we can file complaints to cut off the funding at the source. I keep telling y'all to stop playing with Black women in tech."
Oh, I love her. I love her. She did that. Yes, that's how we need to be moving.
And my thing is,
send that to me, friend.
This is how you use.
Yeah.
This is how we get our lick back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because people play these games and stuff. I'm gonna send it to you. People play these games and stuff, but I think that we're competent, we are intelligent. Absolutely. We are gifted, and we have everything inside of us to absolutely make a change. We just have to be given the space and the voice to do that. And so for people like her, who just took it upon herself to do that and shut all of that down. So now the funds are stuck, and the lady has to she has to open the dispute with Square to see if she can even receive the funds. And I said, "Oh my God, this is why social media is so powerful, because we can literally, y'all, we can affect change. Yeah. If we just
take, I think if we just take a moment, just take a beat. Just take a beat. She said she could have went online and did what everybody else did, which is bully her in the comments, do this, da-da-da. But she said, actually, I'm going to take it a step further and really do the research. And instead of going what they said, she said, the post said, Shane Rube said, Gossip Blog said, I'm going to do my own research to make sure I know exactly what I'm looking for. Right. And did it. And now she can't even get the money.
Ain't God good? Because you need to stop profiting off of Black trauma. And I think that's a lot of what America is. But we actually do have the clip up. So if you can play it, a little snippet of it, just so people can see exactly what we're talking about. And I know Walter's not on, but I think this would be a great segment to put on social media, because obviously it's trending. But let's check out how this all went down and why people are tripping. Yeah.
Did you call him a child? Did you call the child the word? It is my own business. You call him an. Okay, why don't you have the balls to say it right now again? Okay. All right, that's what you say.
go dig into people.
Somebody dig into
A little kid just did. You
that little kid. You call him the little child?
Child, girl, that pissed me. Girl, we both. Y'all need to put that in there. Our response both like
because I just heard Senator Raphael Warnock speak, and the word that he used was soul weariness. That reaction that you just witnessed was our souls being weary.
Yeah,
I am so tired of pixie dust snorting. I'm sorry, y'all. You can cut that if you need to.
You gotta cut that.
I am so just over the bottom of the barrel non-black people thinking they're better than black people simply because they're not black.
Because they're in the same environment. They have the same place, doing the same thing.
It's you've been on meth your entire adult life.
Then holding a baby. And this, okay.
This is how kids learn it.
That's what I'm saying.
Kids learn.
Because I'm like, do I want to go down this rabbit hole? Because this is literally how kids learn this type of behavior. Mm-hmm. So when he gets old enough, because his mother going to continue to act like that in front of him. So now he's going to go to school and he's going to think that that's cool to say that to the other little black kids in the classroom. Well,
or he's gonna start identifying. He's gonna make a correlation between black and the N word, and he's gonna think that that's what you call black people. Oh. And let me tell you something about Gen Z. These children are not going for it. So I'm pretty sure the generation coming up after, pretty sure he's gonna get dealt with.
For
so
sure.
What you don't want to do is put your child in a position to have the world teach him a lesson that you could have taught him.
Facts.
A
lesson that you couldn't teach him. A lesson that you couldn't teach
that
him.
You should have.
You should have though, but you couldn't. Because look how she at.
It was the raggedy hair for me. Like
right, like
you gotta stop bleaching that hair. It's ate up. The ends are fighting for their lives, and at this you could put that right into a bowl of hot water and boil it like ramen noodles.
And I just know she smelled like sauerkraut and Brussels sprouts. Listen, I could just tell the funk was coming through the phone.
A cookout, but not the good kind. Ugh. You smell like swine. And she looks like the type. She looks like the type of woman that she likes to decorate her trailer very nicely. And sit in judgment of the other ladies in the trailer park.
Spot on.
That's the kind of person she is.
Spot on.
Not knowing that pot meat kettle. But she definitely do look like she probably know how to cook crystal.
Next subject, man.
My bad. You right. But I'm just saying, if somebody were going to cook meth, I think that she probably would have the recipe.
My God.
I think she probably would know the steps at least. I know she for sure know the ingredients. I know she might not have, line by line items, but I know for sure she knows.
I think she just know how to do it. I'm sure she can teach you exactly how to do it.
I'm sure she knows how to smoke it.
Yeah.
Cook it.
For sure.
Sell it.
Bop it. Pull it.
Twist it. Cook it. Sell it. Smoke it. Well, folks, this is
here we go again.
It's gonna be the last episode, so I hope you enjoyed it.
She said it for the last time.
No, but so honestly, switching gears just a little bit, I think just to round that up, I think that it is our job, like people with influence and content creators. I think it's our job to stand up and speak out against stuff like this.
Yeah.
Because even though we have an administration that unfortunately encourages this kind of behavior, the majority of this country don't feel like that because we are a country of minorities.
Yeah.
I know that we don't make up a large percentage, but together we're all in this. And so I think we should all just.
And I feel like people are starting to come around. Now I can't say everybody, but with this certain person being in a leadership position, you are hearing a lot more people come forward because I think they thought that we weren't all in this together. Yeah. I think they learned very quickly that you too can prevent forest fires.
We are all in the chopping block.
For sure. He's affecting everybody. And so now I think people are finally understanding what you're saying.
Well, it's so much easier to work together for a common good. And so hopefully people will see stuff like that and be repulsed, be disgusted, and not keep perpetuating it, especially through the kids.
That part.
But switching gears just a little bit. This story is really special to me because, of course, I grew up watching Living Single.
Yes,
And we love Living Single.
We are living.
Hey,
single.
oh, in the 90s kind of world. I'm glad I got my girls. That was. I don't know why we do that so well, but you all will be glad to know that Kim Coles and Erica Alexander, the two that played Maxine Shaw, attorney at law, and Sinclair James, which was Khadijah's cousin, played by Queen Latifah, they coming out with a podcast called Reliving Single.
Yes!
And so congratulations.
Oh, congratulations, ladies!
We are super excited about that. But they were on the Breakfast Club recently talking to Charlamagne, and he asked them what's something that happened on set that shaped who you are as a person in real life. And I think that this is a very interesting topic because being a content creator, yes, we play roles. You step into the acting space a whole lot, but there's always something that happens that kind of reminds you that, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. This is my real life. I'm still very much 2 feet on the ground, got to center myself and really just lock in. What do you think is a situation that you experienced while you were in a workspace that gave you like a new look, or perspective on life?
In the workspace?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had really good experiences with jobs. I'm not going to lie, right? I haven't had really good experience with jobs. I will tell you this. There was a lot of jobs I had female bosses. Mm-hmm. I don't have nothing against female bosses. I'm just talking about from my experiences. They were very, very, very aggressive. And I don't know if that just comes from like, being a woman in power, you do have to present a certain way. But these women were like, I probably should have called somebody, had the business shut down. They were that bad.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like this was straight up bullying, just talking down to super passive aggressive, sometimes just aggressive. And it happened like back to back. I left one place thinking I was going somewhere else and ended up like with the same kind of person kind of thing. It wasn't until like I went to another business, the last one that I just left to pursue content creation for full time, that I had a male supervisor. And he was so nice. And this was a good person. He didn't do anything to me or nothing like that. But he really took time. I don't think on any job, anybody actually took the time to kind of ask me how I would do something, like run the program. And he figured out how to like create systems to do it the way that I already was comfortable with doing it. I've never seen a supervisor do anything
so nice
like that.
accommodating.
That's what accommodation.
Yeah.
Like the level of accommodation, instead of being like really hard, like punishing you, things like that. He was trying to understand my teaching style because I was a supervisor. And he really took his time and taught me like how to do the job so effectively. Like I got a raise almost every single year. Like I really excelled at that job. So I think just being around people who are accommodating, who also have patience, and because they are expert in their field, they don't mind what is it called? When you remodifying it, because it doesn't take away from the work. It's just the way how you get from point A to point B.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think that there has been a time, like, as far as content creation, like, have you ever worked with somebody who made you just kind of be like, maybe I need to pivot from this, or
like not do content creation anymore?
Yeah.
Jerrilyn, I don't do collabs. I don't really entertain people that much. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty good with my energy.
Yeah.
Like my energy gonna tell me immediately if I really should be rocking with you or not. So I don't really do that. The only time, girl, was when I was doing stand-up comedy. For the first time, girl, I was like, oh,
this is different.
I don't like this.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I feel like we could probably do it if we worked at it. I'm not interested in working at it.
Yeah.
And people, like people will call me to host and do stuff, but I think
now the hosting I'll do. I hosted a bunch of comedy shows. It's when I got up on there and I had to like remember my line. I'm so good at improv. Me and Jerrilyn are really good with improv. Like we literally just did like 5 videos before we got on this camera. Y'all don't even know. But like we're just really good at improv. Everybody know. Everybody from She Said It First, Jerrilyn know. I cannot read a script. Like I cannot read a script.
She can.
I mess up every time. Like I see the words, I read them in my head, and then when it comes for me to say them out loud, nothing comes out. Okay? When you move your lips, just a bunch of gibberish and forgetting the fact that they forgot about Dre.
Shout out to one of our producers, Dre.
Hey, that was not one I didn't even know.
No, but I think that first of all, there's nothing wrong with you. Yes, you can read.
I can read.
Some things just take a little more time to develop, and you have to really work on your craft. But I think
memorizing that thing for that stand up, girl, blank.
Well, you don't have to memorize stand up. That's the thing. It's you. Like, you telling your story how you want to tell it. You can tell it differently and move this part to the beginning as long as it makes sense and people are still able to connect with you. There's nothing wrong with the way you do what you do. You just have to, you have it the same way your manager took you aside and said, let me remodify this so it is comfortable for you to excel in this space. That's all you need to do with stand-up comedy. I learned that, but I just don't like it enough to do it.
Yeah.
I can make it work for me. Jamie Foxx did it, and he's like the most talented person alive. And so I feel like if somebody like Jamie Foxx can be on stage and play an instrument and sing and write and be funny and be an actor,
I'm telling you,
honey, I can do it.
Yes, I think you would be so good at stand up. I think you should know, Jerrilyn. Listen, for real. I know you don't want to hear it, but Jerrilyn is funny as hell. Just off the rip, just off the rip. Forget all the skits. Forget all of this. Just off the rip, just being herself. I genuinely think, Frank, you should home in on that craft because it literally got your name written all over it. And somebody, and I'm not going to tell y'all, but somebody already told her that she brought up, but I'm not going to bring it up because he know what I know and we know, but why don't she know? She need to do it. Do it.
If y'all find me a band and help me put a set together so I can sing my songs while I do my comedy, that'd be great. So that's number one, what we need to do. So
you need a live band? Mm-hmm. You want a live band?
Of course I want a live band.
I'm sure, Frank, you can get a live band.
I can, but is niggas gonna show up to work?
Yes, they're gonna show up. This is an opportunity.
Well, I'm paying people in peanuts and exposure.
Okay, ain't nobody showing up.
Exactly.
Scratched. Ain't nobody's coming.
Exactly. Because what they don't tell you about being a full-time content creator is ain't no check every 2 weeks. You got to get up and you got to pull it out of thin air. And if you don't do the work,
I'm always looking for a large lump sum.
At that part. That part. But it can be done, So we're obviously surviving.
She gonna do it, y'all. She gonna work on it. She gonna work on it. Friend, I'm telling you. Tap in. She needs to tap in.
We're gonna see what the Lord has to say about it.
The Lord said, "Do it." Do it.
Well, I'm gonna call my mama and see what she says. Usually, she don't be on the same page as the Lord. So.
No, she don't. Your mama is gonna kill you.
I'm just playing, mommy. I love you because you are the
You're so silly.
That's my girl. But no, I think just being a content creator, you have to wear a lot of hats.
What about you though? You didn't say
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, as a content creator, you have to wear a lot of hats, but there's always that moment where you just reminded, like, oh, and I hate to make it be racist or sexist, but there's always, no matter what arena I'm in, no matter what I'm asked to do, never forget you're a Black woman. So even like with the types of companies that I work with for the political stuff, like, you can tell who's planning these events and you can tell what's important to them. And I don't like being the one that they prop up to say, hey, we're diverse.
Oh, wow.
But the only part that's diverse is the results. The people planning, that committee is not diverse. The things that they're interested about, it's not that diverse.
And they don't got a link to the podcast, do they? Okay.
But it's all right, though, because I said what I said.
Just to make sure they don't got no link.
If you want me involved in anything else. One thing about me, because me and one of these creators just got through talking about respectability politics. And for those of you who may not know what that means, it literally is talking about how Black people have been asked to overperform and be so politically correct and pulled together and sharp and pristine. And I want you to know that to them people, you still a nigga. Okay? You're still a nigga. And I mean that with love. So please do not bend yourself out of shape and contort yourself into something you were never meant to be to appease people who will never find you valuable. You can show up as your authentic self every single day and you can get everything that God has for you. How do I know this?
Yes, but can I hit a but?
I mean, time and place. You can't go to the Met Gala.
I done seen some of y'all show up as yourself every day, and it's concerning.
Well, there's a difference between being authentic and having decorum and having manners. You don't go to the Met Gala and ask for Popeyes, but just do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you can't go meet.
Please figure out how to code switch. The
Yeah.
best way for you. The
Code
best
switching.
way for you. Like the best way for you. But some of y'all have to do it. I know you think you just gonna be able to walk in and everybody should just accept you. Read the room. At least if you don't code switch, learn how to read the room.
Yeah.
Because that's where a lot of the problems.
Because it might not be your room, and that's fine.
And that's fine.
Go find
your room. Please go find your room.
Go find your room.
And get up out of them people way in that room.
Yeah.
Lord.
I think that was. It's giving sermon, friend.
It is. I'm feeling
It's
it.
giving. Do somebody in here know how to play? It's an organ over there.
Pass the collection plate
Put me-
before we
put
start.
me- put me
Pass the
in C.
collection plate.
Put me in C. I got to sing this. My heart is.
Mm-hmm.
I got to do it. Yeah.
Close the door.
I need ushers.
Hello.
Close the doors. Close
Close
the doors. Close the doors.
Like, we gonna get that money first before we start preaching out here.
Absolutely. 1,000 times yes. So now, just ending on a lighter note, because, you know, we always getting deep into stuff and going left field and Black woman this and Black woman that. And while I do love Black women,
What's that?
we're not letting our men wear our clothes, are we? Are we letting our men? Because let me tell you something. If you come out of my closet wearing a crop top and booty shorts,
I feel like we already there.
you're going to.
I feel like we already there. Friend, look around.
It'll
We
be-
can't have no lace front wigs. We can't have no purses. We can't have no shorts. They got hoochie daddy shorts now. They started making crop tops. We can't have nothing.
I think that there is a way for you to express your individuality and be creative and be who you are. But you're not finna be in my closet wearing no skirt because I
Because why I got the score? Why I ain't fixed the score?
because take it the F off, Roderick. Take it off right now. But I think that there was A$AP Rocky mentioned that sometimes he'll go in Rihanna's closet.
I mean, see, we talking about Riri closet though.
Girl, I don't care. If we
Riri
talking
wear
about-
all big clothes.
I don't care who closet we talking about. Don't go up in there and get nothing that was built for me and my body. And I know that this is going to be a polarizing situation.
I feel like I'm not mad because I'm pretty fly.
I
Like,
mean, as long as it
these
looks,
pants, he can wear these pants.
yeah, but I don't want them to be hugging his booty cheeks. And if he poop,
Why
you
you got
can see.
booty cheeks?
I don't want him to poop, and you can see the air bubble going down the back of his leg.
Not the straight leg.
That's not-
not the leggings.
That ain't
Going
what
in
I'm
there and
saying.
grabbing the leggings is wild.
I just feel like,
But
it's
like
some things
t-shirts,
you can't do. A t-shirt,
big
is different.
t-shirts like these, like I don't mind. Don't grab my skirt and panties now.
That's what I'm saying. Because
But-
why are you in the bathroom at 2 a.m. in my bra?
right.
Neither one of us have anything to put in it. So what are you doing?
Stop, bro. I'm gonna share with you. I'm gonna share a little bit of mad with
Just
you.
give me a little piece, a little areola. Give me a little areola. I don't even need the whole tip.
Why?
Give me the tat. I don't even need the whole tip. Just give me a little tat. I just something. But since I've been gaining weight though, and I'll crash out about that later. Since I've been gaining a little weight, luckily all the meat has gone to my lower hemisphere.
Booty.
And
Booty,
so
booty.
while that is a blessing, your girl is getting back in the gym, and not because I want to be a certain size, but because I want to be a certain health.
Yeah.
And I think it's so important for us to, just worry about that instead of who's wearing what. Because don't come in mine.
I don't mind.
I mind. Don't
I
come
have
here and get my
specific
stuff.
stuff. If it's given, that's a different. If it's given,
It don't need to give.
if it's given cross dresser, I feel like we gotta have a different conversation. We need to talk about something different at that point. Like, I don't think I'm your person,
So
and that's
why?
okay.
Why
I'm not
are
your
you-
person.
Why are you dressed like a lumberjack pilot?
Why you got that
You
in your
got-
closet? Right now, this is your
way too many
fault.
things.
Because why you got that in your closet?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe I was going to a Beyonce concert. Maybe I was at a festival or something. Why are you in there? I mean, I don't know. But they letting the dudes paint their nails and stuff.
That's right.
you
We
feel like
already
that?
we don't have the stuff we're talking about. They're already doing. What are you talking about? Next thing you know, they're gonna have lashes on.
Baby,
Jerrilyn said now. Wait a damn.
they've been there, done that, and I want to. But you know what's so crazy? I saw this trend of men like doing the clippers and cutting their eyelashes off.
Why are they
Yes.
cutting their eyelashes off?
Eyelashes are feminine.
I love a man with bomb ass
You ain't know.
eyelashes.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
So
who
cute.
is providing the men with this toxic
Other men.
information?
Other men. They don't access where I input on anything.
They know not to ask me.
Other men.
I'm gonna tell you every time. It's too, girl. Listen. While we on the subject, I know we got to go, but I got to talk about it.
What is it? What?
Because this one gonna make the internet. 100 men versus a gorilla.
Oh my God. Y'all are wild.
Sir, you've messed up my Instacart order twice. You ain't taking no gorilla.
Don't even get me on Uber Eats.
You can't take a gorilla.
Girl.
Y'all can barely have an intelligent conversation about your feelings. You can't handle no gorilla, sir.
You're not taking it.
Y'all can't fight each other.
Y'all not
Y'all
doing that.
Your baby mama been wearing you out for the last 6 years.
wearing you down.
How was you going to fight the gorilla?
Child, put him in the bag. Put him in the bag. They can't, no. And they was so confident. They was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We definitely can take
a gorilla. Big silverback. Money
Girl,
too young?
Silverback gorilla ain't nothing to
Sir,
play with.
Ain't
nothing to play with.
You're not seeing.
And then they said something about like their weight or their punch or something is like 100 tons or something like that.
Right.
Like, what? What?
Girl.
We not making. Y'all can't. Just do your thing. Just
I just, if y'all want to go out there, I'm not going to stop you. I'll say that. Natural selection at its finest. Survival of the fittest. Get him up out of here. If he want to be gone, let him go.
Girl, who came up with that question? Because I have been seeing it everywhere.
A man, for sure. A man was sitting, he was rubbing his feet together on his mother's sofa in the basement with Kool-Aid and Cheeto stains on it. And he said, you know what I think we could all benefit from greatly? A conversation about 100 men fighting a gorilla. It was a man. Women don't sit up and do stuff like that. Now, y'all give us flack for making up scenarios in our heads and things like that. But for y'all to come out y'all heads and say 100 men can beat a gorilla.
It's crazy. It's stick beside it. The way y'all was sticking 10 toes deep. I seen you making videos like, I think, yeah, for sure. No, I don't believe you. You need more people. I didn't see you get beat up too many times. I watched you get beat up by one person.
When that gorilla clap y'all heads together,
and I mean really,
like two breakfast eggs. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You go ahead and you go to ICU and you shut up talking to me.
Yeah, girl, that was a good one because I do remember that. That was a mess.
Just stupid. Just sitting up on the internet doing. Anyways, okay, I'm sorry. We do have to go, y'all. But I just want to remind y'all that y'all not beating no gorilla.
Not beating no gorilla. Y'all can't even beat up one man.
You not beating no gorilla. But I hate to see us go.
I know.
I've enjoyed
But I love to watch you leave. I've really been singing. I've really been out here singing, getting it popping, booking me for your next.
Girl, who in the hell am I talking to right now? Where did you just go in your brain? Because who are you? This girl thinks she Aaliyah. Girl, bye. I don't want to be without you, baby. Hey, come on, Swoop. Don't want to live without you.
You know this wig got together how it's supposed to be.
You got to have a swoop. Well, put the crunchy part in the bag.
Oh my God, try. Oh my, look. I gotta go fix my wig, y'all. But look,
oh my God,
we're gonna be here every Thursday. So you can look at us on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast. Just make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you'll know every time we upload. All right.
bye.
Peace.